Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing something really fun for Halloween. I'm going to be showing a few different ways to paint and decorate a pumpkin, and I haven't painted a pumpkin before. We usually are like big pumpkin carvers. We're attempting to do both this year, but I have some really fun ideas. I went through Pinterest and I have some really simple ones to do as well, so anyone can do them. Make sure that if you're new, you subscribe and you like. We have so many different things coming for this year, including like holidays and stuff, and just decorating, more DIYs for Christmas as it gets closer. And yeah, so lots of fun stuff coming. I've got a bunch of paint, I got pumpkins, I got Tori here with me. Say hello.
Hi.
And we're going to go ahead. Did you just drop that on the floor? We're going to go ahead and get started. The first pumpkin that we are going to be working on is this really fun textured pumpkin. We just need some really simple materials, and that's what I love about all of these DIYs. But first I'm going to start with my pumpkin. The stem fell off, but we'll reattach that later. But I'm starting with a clean pumpkin that I cleaned off, and I'm just taking a pencil and I'm roughly laying out a floral design. This is where you can get really creative and you can just do any design you want. But I thought a floral design would be really fun. And now I'm going in with my hot glue gun and tracing over it. And I love this because you can either do it freehand, or like I said, you can sketch it out to begin with if you really, like myself, don't trust yourself to sort of just wing it. I thought this is a really fun design, and I'm just letting it dry as I go through and adding in some final details to finish off this fun design. So now we're going to be making a paint color. I was going for sort of a minty blue, very sort of light, sort of aesthetic color, if you will. So you can see the color here is so pretty, and I just used this rough selection of colors to bring in different tones. And now we are going to paint the pumpkin. Because there are so many little nooks and crannies, I would suggest a smaller paintbrush like the one I'm using. You could definitely use a bigger one, but I feel like it's a lot easier to get in those little crevices and really cover the pumpkin really well. So we're just going to go through and we're going to put on our first coat. Now I'm going to be painting the bottom. I don't suggest actually doing this. I learned that it's better just to have it standing up and go down as far as you can, because it actually does sort of chip off when you put it there. I just didn't realize it when I was filming because I was just trying to make it look nice. But now I'm going in with an even smaller detail brush with some white paint, and I'm just highlighting all those details. You don't need to do that part, but I think it is just really pretty, and it's just such a beautiful pumpkin. I love just the delicate details of it all, and it's just really aesthetic and adorable, and it's a really fun color. Seriously, I think this one is my favorite. Now we're going to get into what I call the Oriental pumpkin. I didn't really know what to call it, but you can start again with any sort of base on your pumpkin. I used a little bit of a smaller one, and I'm just going to be coating it in white. Again, we just want to make sure that we're doing a nice sort of thin layer to begin with, and the white usually needs about 2 or 3 coats in general, in total I should say. So you just have to let it dry and go in with the second coat. And I think I did a total of 3 coats on this just to make sure that it was nice and pure white. Now that our pumpkin is fully coated, I'm going to go in with a very exact brush, and I just have a few sort of random colors, and I'm going in and adding just some fun abstract designs. I wouldn't say it's floral, it's kind of just, I don't know, it's kind of just very abstract, and I'm just going in with fun selection of like fall colors. I have like a burnt orange, I have like that red burgundy color, I have that mint color left over from the other pumpkin, and I'm just going through and just making it look really cute. You can do whatever you'd like, use whatever colors, and it's just a really fun, another very delicate design to put on any pumpkin. Now this pumpkin is the Ombre Pumpkin. It did not start out that way, but I will explain as I go. So first I'm going through with a white paint and I'm just sort of hitting the top portion of the pumpkin because I knew I wanted to do something with the bottom portion, so it'd be kind of pointless to cover that. But I basically did a couple coats of white on the top to get it nice and solid. Now this next part, we're going to be creating our color. You can use whatever color you'd like. I thought this burnt orange color or this sort of burgundy color was going to be really pretty. So I'm just sort of playing around with the different colors and the different tones. I tried to neutralize it a little bit, added in a little bit of orange. And that extra hand is Tori. I do not have 3 arms, I wish, but she was helping me out a little bit. And now that I have a color that I'm pretty happy with, I'm going to add a little bit of baking soda. Again, this is going to be a little bit irrelevant because it didn't turn out the way I was planning, but this does just give it a little bit of texture and it's a really fun way to sort of elevate any project, honestly. So now I'm going to be taking some masking tape and taping off the bottom. Now my initial plan for this was just to paint the bottom half a different color and just sort of have like a very minimalist sort of textured pumpkin, but I'll show you in a second here where that all sort of doesn't work out. So if you are trying to do that technique where you have the bottom a different color, I suggest taking the base color of the pumpkin, in this case is white, and going along that line to sort of help the tape make a cleaner line for your color. And next we're going to prop up our pumpkin. As I said, the paint is very fragile. You can actually see it sort of flaking off where it's touching my little sandpaper ring, and it was kind of a train wreck. It was sliding around a little bit. I put that color all over the bottom and I ended up actually taking the tape off and just sort of going with it. I kind of went in with my white and made the portion next to the tape a little bit lighter, and then as you'll see, I'll take it off and I'll sort of blend everything together. And I think this is a really like cool pumpkin, but it's like very effortless. Like all the paint in this is still wet and it's just really easy. And as you can see, a lot of the paint chipped off and I just ended up touching that up with a little bit of white paint. Even though it didn't go the way I planned, I thought it was really, really fun. I love this one. It's so simplistic, super easy, and I just love it. Alright guys, that's going to be it for today's video. Make sure that you like and you subscribe if you enjoyed all those DIYs, and feel free to tag me over on Instagram, Brooke__Ava, if you try any of these ideas. I think all of them were so fun, and it's a little bit something different for everybody, and I think there's a lot of things you can do with it. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed getting festive with me, getting a little bit creative and artsy, and that is everything. I hope you guys are having a wonderful fall season so far, and I will see you guys next Wednesday in my next video. Bye!